So I will be doing a tutorial on how to make a guitar pick out of a motherboard slash circuit board. And basically what I've done is, this is the circuit board from the GPU processor from my computer. It just was so outdated that it couldn't run anything anymore, so I just thought I'd make something out of it. And basically what you want to do is you want to get a little piece of sticky tape and a guitar pick and chuck the sticky tape on the back, and then pick where you want to put the guitar pick. And really, I've put it on some bits, I've put it over this bit there because it's kind of like a little extra guitar feature, or you can on this flat surface here, which makes it easier to draw it, and you can even get this little bit here, so you can just stick it on like that, and then get your Sharpie and just draw around it like that, so we know it fits. And then the hardest thing is probably just cutting it out. So you can try and use scissors, but I wouldn't. It's not the best because, see, I'll try and just cut into here, and it really is not doing anything. Like, it's going to take me ages to try and cut this out. So, yeah, like, and it also wrecks the circuit board bit there, so it's not the best. And the next thing I tried was these are, I forget what they're called, but pretty much they don't help anyway. They're better than, I found them better than scissors, but when you do eventually get them to cut, they almost shatter the circuit board and it just breaks apart, so it's hard to guarantee you'll get a proper cut. Using is a hacksaw blade, and these are only like at most $4 from Bunnings, and these make it a lot easier to cut it out because it's just sawing through the plastic, so it's heaps easier than trying to cut it with side cutters or scissors. Because then all you got to do is just make your first little cut to get it going, and then just cut it out. And there you go. And once you've cut it, you can just check again and make sure you've got enough room for it, and yep, plenty of room. You know you've got heaps of room because when I Sharpie it, it ends up being a little bit bigger than what it actually is. So even if it's touching that edge, I know I've still got a bit of room on the top. And then what you want after that is you want two files. You want a really coarse file and a thin file for the end. And this is, like, it just takes time with this. You just sand away at it. I have out the back, I have like an electronic sander, which just is heaps easier, but you know, the normal person, average person, probably wouldn't have a electronic sander out the back unless you do heaps of this kind of stuff. But a file it'll work fine. It'll just take a little bit longer. You can also get really coarse sandpaper and fine sandpaper if you want to. I guess it doesn't really make a difference if you use a file or sandpaper. This might even be a good spot to use the side clippers, because they're right at cutting small bits. Nope, maybe not, or you can just try and wiggle it off, but it's gonna take time. It'll just take a little bit of time to either saw that bit off or I just file it off. It'd take less time to cut it off than to file it, but I'll go and use the sander out the back because I have it, so I'll use it. But you can, like, the file works fine, it just takes a little bit longer. So as we have here, I have, well, it's pretty old, but I have this electric sander, or a disc sander here, which it makes it a whole lot quicker to sand those big bits off. And see, that was a lot quicker, and now we have it pretty much almost sanded down. As with anything, always be super duper careful of your fingers. And so what I like to do next is, because I know that normally my marking's a bit bigger than what the actual side of the pick is, I will put sticky tape the pick back onto this, and you can see that's actually, it's a whole lot bigger than what it was, and making sure I want it where I want it, and then I will just sand a bit more of those edges off where the extra bits are. Now it's pretty close to it. That fraying's alright because you can, when we file it, it'll just come off anyway. Alrighty, so now we've got our very close to the edge. It's nearly done. We just got to file off any extra bits that are sticking out, and I normally just keep the pick on there, and then you can just get it close as possible. Because my Sharpie drawings seem to be super bigger than what the actual pick is. There we go. Now, when you're happy with the shape, because the finer file won't make a difference, just take that off, and then we can finish. And I go around the outside edge and then also the kind of side edge on each side. And there we go, a guitar pick. And you can use almost any part, so the other few that I have made, they've got, you know, these different pieces on them, or very clear ones like this, or this has a bit of other stuff on it, so yeah, there you go.